The Cigar Nerds Podcast.
And welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm going to do a quick weight loss post-surgery update, kind of part 2 from our previous video. I got cut in Mexico. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. I am currently 23 days post-op. I've lost 30 pounds since the surgery. Also, kind of when I started losing weight, I was like a size 54. I think I was down to a 48 at surgery time, and now I'm down to like a size 44 pants and a 3X shirt, down from a 5X. I mean, even my hand has shrank. My wedding ring does not fit anymore, so I got one of these sweet silicone rings until I'm kind of sure of my new ring size is permanent. I'm 5 days into the what they call the pureed food stage, so I'm off the liquids. I'm now back to eating normal food as long as it's kind of finely chopped up. Yeah, you want it. You're not eating like chunks of anything yet. You're still trying to eat soft food, but at least you're off the liquid diet. Thoughts on the liquid portion of it, and it's probably at least 2 weeks of your recovery. Kind of sucks. I mean, you're assigned, like, you have to get a certain amount of protein per day. With the liquid diet, it's kind of easy to achieve that because you know exactly what you're getting. I'm like, all right, yeah, every shake is this amount of protein. Let me drink 4 shakes a day. We're good. The hard part is if you aren't home. Like if I'm going to go run errands or whatever, and be away from the house for, several hours, I'm not home in my kind of usual feeding time. You've really got to plan ahead for that. I either have to, take some powder in a shaker with you and be prepared to, mix a shake on the road, or what's kind of easier is I bought some like pre-made shakes at the grocery store that were pre-made protein shakes for the days that wasn't going to be home for a few hours, because I could just drink one of those as I'm driving around and still get my my meal in. But if you're going to do that, be careful. Check the labels of what you buy, because some of the stuff, especially the stuff that's like labeled meal replacement, has a fuck ton of carbon sugars. So the one I got, I think, was Premier Protein. It was might have been sugar-free, but it was definitely like very, very, very low carb, low sugar, just protein and vitamins and whatnot. So yeah, you don't want to get one of those like Slim Fast shakes that's full of fucking sugar. But now that I've gone to the pureed food stage, it's a little bit easier. I mean, I'll still grab a shake if I'm going to be gone for several hours, because it's easier than... It's still not that easy to find food I can eat on the road. So I do kind of like, all right, if I'm going to do this, let me be back home by here so I can make something. Or a lot of gas stations now have like the Greek yogurt, or hell, I found hard-boiled eggs at a gas station the other night. So it's like, that's a soft food I can eat. But yeah, it's definitely much easier if you kind of plan beforehand, before you go out, to have something there to eat if you need it while you're out and about. Because you still have to get your protein goals, and it's kind of, depending on what you're eating, you're not getting as much protein as you was on the shake. So you have to eat more often to still get that set number of, your protein macros for the day. But it is much easier than when I was on just the shakes, as far as like variety, because I had like it was chocolate or vanilla, and at this point I would have put a burrito in a blender just to get some different kind of fucking flavor. But yeah, now that I'm back where I can kind of mix it up, I'm still eating a lot of like tuna, shredded chicken, eggs, protein, oatmeal, like soft things. I still got about another 2 weeks of, about another week of this, and then a week of soft foods before I can go back to eating regular foods, just, and the small ass portions that I'm allowed to have now. And that's the other thing too. Once you get, it's kind of simple on the shakes because it's like pretty much one serving size. But when you get into, and liquids kind of go through you a little bit easier than a solid. It doesn't hang out in your stomach as long as a solid. So the once you get into the pureed, more regular food stage, you kind of got to learn how to eat again, because it's, your brain's like, oh, I'm eating this. I used to eat this much. No, because you've got a tiny ass stomach now. So it's like, hell, for example, when I would, do high protein stuff and eat tuna, I would do like 2 cans of tuna. Like now it's like I get through half a can and I'm full. So, and I'm not hungry a lot of the time. So it's almost kind of like just eating out on a schedule. And then you've got to know when. It's not like, I'm starting to get full, but let me finish this. It's like, no, when you start getting that first signs of, all right, I'm starting to feel a little pressure, or hell, usually if I'm getting to the full point, I'll burp. It's like, because you're still kind of gassy at this stage, but it's like, oh, there's the sign that something needs to make more room in the stomach. This is like my stopping point. So yeah, whatever kind of clue your body gives you of like, hey, you're starting to, the tank is starting to get full. You just have to like cut it off. I mean, if I end up cooking something that's a normal size portion, I'll eat, my probably an ounce and a half, and then I'll just put it back in the fridge, and hell, that's my next meal is already prepped. It may take me 3 sittings to eat like, this bowl of whatever I made, but eventually I get it all down throughout the day. And then it also kind of makes meal prep easier, because if I cook a normal amount of food for, my previous life, it's like, all right, cool, here's breakfast, lunch, and like, second lunch, or whatever, and then I don't have to like cook anything again until later in the day. But and also today, according to my paperwork, I can start working out again with some limitations. I'm still not allowed to lift over 20 pounds for the next like 3 more weeks. Like at 6 weeks post-op, there's supposed to be no weight restriction. Just kind of pay attention to the clues your body's giving you. But today I can start working out again. Mostly cardio, probably, because I still can't lift anything unless I want to do like a really low weight, high rep workout, I guess. I'm gonna try to get back to my martial arts class next week and just train with with those limitations in mind, that I can't really do. Not supposed to be doing crunches, not supposed to be pushing or lifting anything that's over 20 pounds. So I'm just kind of have to get back in the gym, and then work around those limitations for the next couple weeks until I'm free to go. On a positive note, I just did like a closet purge and tossed out like 30 shirts. And so I'm like, hell, even what I'm wearing now, it fits, but it's probably going to be temporary, because I'm still going to lose a lot more weight. So I'm kind of threw out everything that was just stupid too big, and then I'm kind of slowly replacing it with the cheapest clothes I can find, because what I'm wearing now is going to be, last me, probably another 2 months, and then that's going to have to get purged and new shit's going to come in. So, a lot of thrift stores, a lot of Goodwill shopping, or Walmart, trying to not spend money on clothes, even though I want to. I'm just kind of trying to get what I need, because even what I buy now is probably not going to last another 6 months. So try not to spend big money on clothes until I'm kind of at a plateau where I'm like, all right, I'll probably maintain this size for a while, so things won't, wear out so quickly. And then I can invest money on like, good clothes. But yeah, right now everything's good. Like I've told my friends, they ask, how you feeling? I'm like, dude, I almost feel too good, because I want to get back to kind of full activities. But I'm like, no, I need to follow the list of instructions and kind of do things at the times that I'm allowed to do them, where I kind of, like I said, I feel I've got tons of energy. That's the other thing too. It's like, not that I can't sleep, is like I only sleep a certain amount of time now. So, I go to bed 10, 11 o'clock. And it's like every morning, I had to get up for work at like 8 o'clock. I'm up at 7, like every morning. I was like, I've not heard my alarm go off in like a month because it's like, oh, I get 7 hours sleep and battery's charged. It's time to get up. So it's like, yeah, depending on how I even went to bed a little late last night. I stayed up till probably midnight, 1 o'clock. I'm still up 7 a.m. Good to go. So yeah, it's weird that I'm, because not that I seem to go to sleep a lot quicker than I did previously. It's like all right, boom, settle down, go to sleep, sleep a solid 6-7 hours, and then I'm like, all right, fucking time to start the day. Maybe now that I'm allowed to exercise again, that I can burn off some of this energy and kind of get back more to a regular sleeping schedule. Now that I'm allowed to at least do kind of a little more strenuous cardio than just walking. So that's all I got for you now. Hopefully, depends on who I listen to. I might be able to start smoking again in about another week, probably. By the next time I record a podcast, we're recording a podcast tomorrow, but by the time the next podcast after that, I should be able to finally participate again and get back to that cigar-related content that we're used to. But that's all I got for you. I'll check in later. And you've been watching the Cigar Nerds podcast. Check us out on cigarnerdpodcast.com. We're on the ESO Network at esonetwork.com. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Cigar Nerd Pod. Remember, smoke them as you got them. Like, comment, and subscribe.